playing Ada in ranked, and he was talking about how people always say like, oh, why don't you bring this out? Why don't you bring this out? It's like that hasn't been the thing that he was practicing. He goes in with his game plan. We've seen that throughout his entire career, is he goes in with the game plan, and for the most part, he's going to stick to that game plan because that's where the practice came from. That's where the hours were put in, and he might be needing to think something different because 18 seconds into the game, Boomie is knocked out, Sandstorm is knocked out, and Snowy has barely been touched.
And that is the double going the way of the red team. A fantastic edge guard from Snowy that led to extra as Sandstorm went down for the help, and they're getting the vertical juggles. Luna and Snowy have something to say about the fact that they lost earlier today.
They've been waiting for this match for a little while as well. Boomie's already on final stocks. It's not like either of these players came into this one warm. We just had an entire set to watch while they've been chilling. But no, Luna and Snowy are red hot.
Honestly, sometimes that time to chill is time to heat up. And Luna and Snowy were just in the oven getting hotter. Snowy on the left side still manages to get back. Should I remind everyone, there's still 6 stocks left on the red team versus the 3 of the blue team.
Boomie and Sandstorm maintaining that center stage position. They're zoning each member of the red team. Oh, Snowy with the signature that makes contact with his own teammate.
A bit tragic as, of course, he denies his team that 6 stock, but the damage is being done to the blue team. Red team is fired up. Boomie's already in the red. That side heavy, that haymaker almost does it, but it's team combo time.
Needed just a little bit more elevation on that for that D-Sig to actually make a connection from Snowy. Sandstorm, he's trying to push Luna off. It's 4 stocks, man. They're looking at 4 stocks here in game 1. What a way to start this when you see Sandstorm kind of turning that around, sending Luna off stage to the right side.
Oh, Sandstorm playing the edge guard. Luna and Snowy might want to rethink their strategy of just going in because Luna is in the red. Sure, they've got 4 stocks left to go, but this is still Sandstorm. This is still someone a lot of people know, and a great interrupt from Snowy, but Sandstorm with a turnaround.
Boots,
he'll make it back. No,
Boots 1v2s are so fun to watch. Like you truly look like an action hero. Because you're just carrying your opponents all over. You go over here, you're going over there. You're choosing where you want to send your opponent. You're choosing where you want your person to actually be after you've hit your opponent. It's really enjoyable to watch because it does look like the ultimate power fantasy.
Well, unfortunately, it wasn't powerful enough for Sandstorm, as of course game 1 goes quite handedly in favor of Luna and Snowy. Waiting for that stat screen because they jumped through the end screen stats, which is where I usually look. So what are some big numbers?
We have Snowy doing 509 damage. He is doing more damage, let me add up. Not quite more damage than Sandstorm and Boomie combined, but near enough as it makes no difference. He essentially did more damage than the entire blue team combined. You saw it barely on the graph. Actually, if you blinked, you might have missed it because the first 2 stocks from Boomie were so small. The first stock from Sandstorm was so small. It was gone lickety-split in a heartbeat.
Boomie did not get to play Brawlhalla. All of his weapons and unarmed were each in double digits.
Yep.
He got handled.
Boomie did 156 damage. He was essentially just watching a cutscene, waiting for the quick time moments. Almost a stock off the top of Luna.
Oh, he was going. He even went for the second recovery, but Sandstorm catches both of them with the boots, and now Boomie playing that stage control.
Okay.
He's pretty damaged.
I thought we might have seen a recovery coming after that first neutral air that came out from Sandstorm because Snowy was so damaged, but no, he was just going for the neutral air juggles. Maybe was expecting Boomie to follow up right after that, or just wanted to put out a little bit more damage before he felt comfortable that the recovery could take out, but that one is going to do it right when he threw it out. Luna was the first one to fall this game. We're coming up on a minute into this one. Snowy does have to be a little bit careful because he's going to get bounced off the stage by Boomie's side air, and his first stock is done.
Looking like a complete reversal of game number 1. Now it's the blue team in the driver's seat getting the damage put out. Sandstorm in the red, so is Boomie, but nobody's going to fall just yet.
Snowy kind of pacing back and forth on the stage, choosing whether he wants to punish Sandstorm's landing back to the main stage or whether he wanted to move on to Boomie, who Luna just took care of.
Punish, yep, down light into the neutral air. Snowy able to clean up the stock count. Damage still in favor of the blue team, but here's the team combo. Boomie avoids that falling Sair.
Getting back onto the main stage. just barely eats a side air from Luna's blasters after that neutral signature that he threw out. The damage has been added up onto Snowy. Same story for Luna as well. You saw Boomie try to hit that landing side air. Oh, no recovery coming out just yet. Boomie, you know Boomie wants it.
Top of the map, Boomie tried to get the turnaround. Luna also went for one, but it's Snowy with the sig on his teammate.
You see Boomie kind of jittering back and forth, probably a little bit in celebration now that they have a nice lead under their belt. Even if they get this stock on Boomie, it's still 3 stocks to 2 in favor of the blue team. Boomie has a weapon, Sandstorm does as well. It's gonna be Luna's cross that doesn't have a weapon. There is one on the field. He's not moving towards it.
Yeah, he's taking his time, finally gets in, gets the end sig, reads the jump from Boomie.
That's so strong.
3 stocks to 2. There's still a chance for this red team to close this one out. Oh, Boomie.
Oh, that's huge.
He's getting thrown around right now. Sandstorm having to get in there. Snowy gonna back away, hits the ground pound. Luna keeping Sandstorm boxed out with the help of that recovery.
Snowy is on Boomie right now, disengaging just a little bit. There's some team damage coming out. A little bit of chaos happening between these 2 members of the red team. Their wires were getting crossed just a little bit, but it seems like they've dialed it back in. That neutral signature does not make contact. Boomie was too grounded.
Yeah, gets underneath it. Red team definitely going to try to target down Boomie here, and Boomie knows it. He's playing a little bit back, but he goes in. Snowy gets in. Downlight recovery, not quite enough. Throws it away. Downlight recovery, not enough.
Snowy's going to grab that weapon. Immediately throws it away in true Snowy fashion. He knows that a D-Light recovery will KO now, but no, he gets that raw recovery by itself down a little bit below the main platform. Snowy also in danger of being taken out. Same story for Luna. Sandstorm has to be going in and doing some work here while Boomie plays a little bit more defensively, relies on that range, including that blaster side air.
Yeah, this is likely going to go in favor of the blue team now. With how damaged Luna is, he can't afford too much more than another side air. Even if Boomie gets taken out here, Sandstorm's got so much health to play with, and yeah, that side air will close out game number 2, ties it up 1-1.
And you saw the way that Boomie and Sandstorm were playing that towards the end, because we saw previously today even a cross getting on stage, hitting a side signature on 2 members of the other team. So they were not stacked on top of one another. Even here, they're not stacked. Sandstorm jumps over Boomie because he knows that neutral light is going to pick up the opponent off the ground and keep them in the air at perfect height to get hit by the side air.
Just making sure not to stack up there. Snowy with 15 weapon throws compared to the 1 of Luna, but also 10 and 11 on the other side. So maybe Snowy's doing it right.
Yeah, Luna's the only one holding on to the blicky there. Meanwhile, the other team, they're just tossing it away, taking a page out of Snowy's book that we always see him doing.
Here we go into game number 3, currently tied 1 apiece. Boomie managed to extend that final stock just long enough that his team could close it out. Luna with the edge guard. Boomie goes down there as Luna backs away.
Everybody's kind of stacked up here. You even see a member of the red and a member of the blue stuck in that down air.
Yeah, that ended up putting out, I think, the bulk of the damage on top of Snowy. Yeah, he looks to be the most damaged person on the screen right now, as Luna's still adding a little bit more onto his teammate.
Snowy came out with a spot dodge to get through the weapon toss from Sandstorm. Threw out a down air as well to put a little bit more damage onto them. I wasn't even looking at that side of the screen, Duke.
He drifted into it. He thought he was below. The recovery was just enough, but Luna still manages to turn that into a trade onto Sandstorm, so the stock count stays even.
And we can see how close this game is getting into it. You can see that they're tied 1-1 in the set. This is why we thought this could essentially be a grand finals match. Even though I put Experience in Made in second and Snowy Luna in third, I could still easily see these 2 teams being the grand finals match as Boomie falls, put on a second stock. Meanwhile, they haven't been able to knock out Luna yet. That's going to do it.
Yep, great recovery pickup for Boomie. Instant edge guard opportunity. Sandstorm hits the ground pound. Snowy is gonna fall, and now it's 3 stocks left for the red team. Sandstorm's pretty damaged, but can they get the stock?
Snowy fell at the final stages of yellow, the beginning stages of orange. That was a massively early stock loss. Even if they get the stock on Sandstorm, the fact that Snowy fell there, he didn't have to fall there.
Just got outplayed in the edge guard, of course. Trying to survive against 2 people coming down on you can be very challenging. Sandstorm eats the down sig. No, he doesn't. It was Boomie who ate it, actually.
Boomie's gonna grab those weapons.
Oh!
Right out from underneath Luna. Boomie and Sandstorm end up getting hit. Both of them sent high in the air. Snowy stock loss might be forgiven if they're able to get both members of the blue team out. Meanwhile, Luna's on final stock, Sandstorm on final stock. Boomie, the one living here, and he was the one who went down so early on in game 1 of the set 2 times before his teammate hardly lost a single stock.
Luna does pick up the recovery. Snowy still incredibly damaged, but the
huge
team combo just misses the dare. Sandstorm gets away.
That was still a full color change for free, though.
Oh, Snowy! And Sandstorm with read after read follows the movement, gets the side air. Luna's left in the 1v2.
Oh! That was so sick. Okay. Is he just going to end it? Oh, it's going to be a weapon toss there, and that's going to be the game. Sandstorm and Boomie going up 2-1. That second downlight that he threw out was so nice.
Yeah, but here you're seeing that play from Sandstorm. That was just all Sandstorm in the scramble. Yeah, the second downlight, super clean. You can see,
cool.
I think that was a DI off that side air because he went kind of high.
Tried to go down. He didn't really have anywhere to go.
Yeah.
If he tried to go up, he was probably going to end up burning too much. Both members of the blue team were there, so he had to go down. Look at that damage from Luna. We don't really know him as a Blasters player, but here he's putting out 531 from the Blasters.
I think the most brutal part of looking at that graph is Snowy's second stock. That one was gone. That one did not even have time to get anywhere, and it was gone.
Let's look at this one right here. It wasn't the shortest stock that we've ever seen. I mean, even Luna's final stock was shorter, but like the fact that he lost it here, the fact that it doesn't go any higher whatsoever, that is really tough. And that's probably the main reason that they ended up losing that game.
Yeah, just it got cut short of where you would generally expect a stock to go. I mean, in terms of time, it was still like, I guess, like roughly 30 seconds or so. But even then, like you said, Luna's last stock, that one was just gone.
So looking at the damage, it's a little bit wild how little damage that the blue team actually had to put out. It's 497 from Boomie, great number, 295 from Sandstorm. But it's not like in this case that he just wasn't doing damage and Boomie was doing a million. It's that it didn't take that much because of that second stock of Snowy. They were able to take that out so early. No more damage was required to have a victorious finish for the blue team.
Here we go into game number 4. Snowy likely going to try to play the survival game as long as he can, but he immediately goes off stage towards Boomie.
He's going to chase that one hard. Luna ends up getting caught in the neutral light. Snowy was unable to punish it. He's just floating around. I feel like Snowy hasn't been able to do too much this game. He's been around the area to do something, but his threat potential just has not been there.
Sandstorm right in the middle. A nice side stick from Luna catches both blue team members, but neither of them too damaged, so not going to be fatal. Nice follow-up from Luna and into the recovery. Great target swapping.
Luna almost grabbed the side air onto Boomie that would have bounced him off the wall. Likely would have led to the stock there. Luna's going to take Sandstorm off the top.
And Boomie tries to make that trade out as Luna went deep with that down air onto Boomie. Boomie's still holding on to this stock, though, as he picks up the recovery onto Luna.
There is a weapon spawn on the field. Boomie has plenty of time to grab it. Oh! He ended up grabbing his same gauntlets back, so Luna was able to pick up the weapon in time, but he got caught by the neutral air. Boomie sent flying. Is he going to be able to get back? It's gauntlets v gauntlets. He's not able to make it. The threat from Snowy has stepped up. It is DEFCON 1 here when Snowy is around you until that D-Light ground pound from Boomie comes out.
And Luna now has to avoid this 1v2 as Snowy respawns. He comes back in. No weapon spawns available for Snowy as Luna nairs him twice.
Boomie just doing his best to zone out with the blasters. Meanwhile, Sandstorm coming in your face with the battle boots.
That's that vertical force again coming out. You saw Luna hit the neutral light, and Snowy was in position. He threw out a neutral light, but Sandstorm flew over it.
Boomie landing back on the main platform. A little bit of overlap there. They have sort of the control of at least the center stage area. Snowy doesn't quite get Boomie off the top.
Snowy back to the weapon tosses, looking for an unarmed recovery. Luna knows a blaster's recovery could do it if he can find the positioning for it. Snowy just a GC sidelight, some damage.
A lot of hopping around here. Luna's just been jumping around for probably 10 to 15 seconds.
But it's the Sair from Snowy, the weapon toss.
It's a nice lead for this red team. Boomie very much damaged, very close to being taken out, and there it is. Luna is in the orange. Oh, Snowy has a chance. He goes for the vertical option instead of the side air. Again, that's one of those moments where you just have to guess. You're going for the read, not the reaction.
Yeah, you got to just pick correctly. I'm surprised because Luna was there to try to cover the other option that they didn't try to split that a little bit better. Nice nair there. Actually gets him away from Sandstorm's string.
Dude, Luna has really good blasters.
Ooh. Down sig,
Oh,
but Boomie's
they were
right
stacked
on him.
They were too stacked. We love double-sided signatures because it hits left, it hits right, but it does not hit directly on top of you.
3 people on final stocks. It's Snowy, the only one still sitting on the second one. The recovery takes out Boomie. Sandstorm, can he deny the game 5? No, he cannot. We're going to game 5.
And again, we're seeing why we thought these teams were going to be in the grand finals. They are so close to one another. That's why it's going all the way to a game 5. That's why we saw the wild swings happening where Snowy and Luna opened up game 1 like they are undefeatable, but then all of a sudden things change. The deeper we get into the set, the tug of war back and forth between these two teams.
But if the pendulum swings backwards, then it might end in favor of Snowy and Boomie, giving them the double tap onto Snowy and Luna. We're going to game 5, and this is, in some ways, probably the most important game for both of these teams. Like, I think by a lot of people's expectations, these two teams were like the most fearsome to run into. Look at Snowy's second stock.
Yep, he spent over half the game on that stock. His survivability this game, even it goes so high, even higher than his first stock. He took so much damage on that second stock. He's splitting the damage there a little bit, of course, favoring more on the cannon itself, but even his unarmed damage put out 122. His gauntlet and unarmed damage were pretty close to one another.
That cannon damage actually went up. In some of his previous games, it was like 300 gauntlet, 30 cannon. So he actually kind of stepped up his cannon game for game number 4. We'll see if that ends up being critical here in game 5 as Sandstorm starting off the jungle onto Snowy.
Snowy, normally he'd be at a weapon disadvantage here, but of course, he spends a lot of his time unarmed as a player in 2s and 1s. That's why his damage was so high last game. He throws his weapon away, so if you're going to end up disarmed, you might as well have a strong unarmed game, which he does. Neutral signature, sending Boomie over towards the edge. He just barely gets away from the cannon toss.
Some great combos coming out from this red team, though. You saw those follow-ups. There's the pass from Sandstorm, but Luna's going just a little too fast.
See 2 back-to-back weapon tosses, and then the gauntlet pickup from Snowy coming out. Oh, he's looking for it. The delay after the first side light. No immediately gravity cancel into a side light right or left. Just waits for the dodge to come out, for a jump to come out, for whatever might happen, and he can react to that with the gauntlet recovery.
Yeah, just followed the movement of Boomie. Boomie still manages to find that recovery. Another recovery almost does it.
Snowy without a weapon here. He's hoping the next spawn is going to come near the soft platform, which it does. Over to the gauntlets. Yeah, he just, it's classic Snowy right there. He got the gauntlets, immediately threw them away.
Once the cannon, the ground pound gets beaten out. The nair off the handoff, but it's just another trade. Keeping this one close.
Boomie and Snowy, former teammates, had a quick 1v1 there by themselves because Luna and Sandstorm got knocked out at virtually the same time. The Hand of God here coming out, actually hitting his own teammate from Luna.
It's still a grapple sig, so if one of the blue team members decides to jump into it, could be all right for the red team, but right now, damage all over the place. Downlight into the recovery. Boomie's high. Sandstorm gets interrupted by Luna.
Ooh, that's going to take Boomie and put him on his final stock. This is now a big lead for the red team. They aren't able to find too much damage onto Sandstorm in the meantime, but the fact that they got Boomie down that early while Snowy's still in the orange, Luna still has some room to go before he's in KO damage.
Yeah, that was the first momentum swing of this game. It had been so even, but suddenly the burst out comes out from the blue team and Snowy's in trouble. Snowy is gone.
They could take out Luna here. He's playing towards that right side. I think if they make any push towards him, he's going to move over to the wall. Now he feels a little bit more confident given that Snowy has spawned back into the game. He has the gauntlets in his hand.
Sandstorm, not too damaged, but a downlight recovery is still enough. Left side, Boomie, can he survive the edge guard? A ground pound attempt, but Snowy, weapon toss. Sandstorm's there, Snowy can't cover, and Luna's gonna fall.
That was a good trade to get that stock. Boomie is in the red, but there wasn't a lot of damage that actually happened in that offstage engagement.
He's got a weapon. Everybody on their final stocks here. The loser of this goes home with the 4th place finish.
They're going to be looking for the KO onto Boomie first. No, he's playing back, so they turn their sights over to Sandstorm. Boomie has the blasters out. Sandstorm has the boots. Looking to stomp the yard here. Both members of the red team.
Oh, the neutral eye misses.
Red team split just a little bit. Okay.
One nair.
The dash jump nairs, the classic KO option. Boomie, I don't think can take a single nair unless it's gauntlets.
Luna comes in with the sidelight onto Sandstorm. They're making sure not to over-aggress onto Boomie. The recovery almost does it. That one will take out Boomie. Sandstorm in the 1v2. Luna just in the yellow.
He doesn't have the battle boots this time. It's going to be gauntlets, probably for a little while, because Snowy is going to be throwing those weapons the second that they spawn. Not going to give Sandstorm a single chance to get over to the battle boots. He goes for it. Luna immediately picked him up.
He got the boots that he wanted, but at what cost? He is one hit from getting knocked out. The neutral light's not going to do it. Snowy covering the corner. Weapon toss. Weapon toss. And Snowy and Luna get their revenge. They're going into the top 3.
So that's got to feel good for a number of reasons. One, of course, you're taking down a much higher seed in the tournament. Specifically for Snowy, you're taking down your former
They're not
teammate.
a higher seed. Sandstorm and Boomie are a bottom seed. They're at seed 8.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, my bad. I mixed that up. So Snowy and Luna coming out and taking out a former teammate of Boomie there. That's fantastic, where it's got to feel good there. Of course, you're moving on in the tournament as well. There were great moments. There were some rough moments there. You see the damage coming out from Luna, 640 damage.
I mean, like you said, Luna's blasters have just been leveling up. He has been on point, putting out some amazing damage with his blasters. On the other side, Snowy, you started to see him lean a little bit more into that cannon, but there you're seeing Luna. These are his past placements, but now it's all about today's placements, and he has, of course, gotten a bronze medal.
Let's look at this graph here. Nothing major one way or the other. I feel like it's just kind of a standard game that happened. Nobody was taken out super early. Nobody was taken out super quickly or kind of different than their teammate whatsoever.